Okay, cool.
That's not East. I'm Customhouse, so that's one.
That's East.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
But
He's
I
not
where
where
he lives though.
Listen. I gotta stop all the small talk, man. We are in the building. The conversation is on site. SK Vibemaker, DJ Illness,
But once
and there's
again,
a very familiar face in the building. Dylan Mills, aka Dizzee Rascal.
Governments and that. What's what we're doing?
Official. We're grown now. We're grown.
Yeah, we've been grown. What are you saying?
You know what I'm saying? We got this new album, Don't Take It Personal.
Yes,
a lot of people have questioned whether he could do it. Why should he come back?
Who questioned whether he could do it?
What's I mean? The music industry. The music
industry. What the fuck do they know? How dare you? How are you questioning it? I've been doing this since I was like fucking 15. Half these assholes are just glorified fucking PE teachers, man. If they're not even in the game, how dare you?
The conversation is really on site today.
Here for it. Start me off like that straight away, motherfuckers.
I'm not saying I doubted Rascal.
He did.
Don't take it personal.
That's the first thing you said to me when I was looking at that glorious keyboard over there. That's when you feel, Dad, if you can do it. That's how we're starting it.
But people would
Happy
ask,
New Year to you too.
after all of the awards, the plaudits, the sales, the impact, you could have your feet up.
Nah,
you're back with a new album.
I couldn't have my feet up. Nah, I hear you though.
People outside,
do you know what's interesting about it? And I'm not being rude because it's awkward. The mic's here. Like I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, so what's it called? In this country, you just haven't seen it. Never seen someone go for this long. So that's what it's about. So I was running my mouth at the beginning, but I know where it is really. There's always been a ceiling. But the real truth is there's only ceilings if you accept it, innit? Like, at the end of the day, I'm always just going to keep having a go anyway because...
Is this, am I right in saying this is your 8th studio album?
Yeah, exactly. It's the 8th one.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How do you stay motivated for 8 albums, man? Boy in the Corner was like 20 years ago, 21 years ago.
Just sometimes you have to challenge yourself different ways. So I keep going about that keyboard. So with this album, yeah, I made a conscious effort to get back into hardware again. That's why I keep going about that. So as far as the production, like get really back into production again. So when you're using keyboards, everything's a bit more tactile. So big tune. Yeah, what's it called? If it's more tactile, so it's more fun. It's better than sometimes just using plugins and all that, which is like, and then even bringing in musicians. So for us, I've got the first song on the album called "Stay in Your Lane." I've got the keyboard player Matt Johnson from Jamiroquai, and the keyboard player from Jamiroquai as well, Rob Harris. And so just to have a session with them playing,
just calm name drops like this one and that. Legendary people
I
still
on YouTube, like just watching videos of him play keyboards. So having them in a session. And then basically sampling them, chop it up, put my thing, then send it back and forth, and coming up with something totally different. You know what I mean? Those are the kind of things that I'm not answering the question long, but that's the kind of stuff that motivated me this way around, getting back to like I'm saying
roots of it.
Yeah,
or the craft
basically.
of it.
Yeah. And that's just the musical side. So when it comes to the bars and that, it's just main thing was to sound how I sound now. Like and focus on what's happening now, stuff I'm talking about right now as a almost 40-year-old. And I'm cool with it. And then even with the delivery of like my vocals and that, like I might say 4 lines like 18 times to get the expression that I want.
That's that perfection, right?
Yeah, which is why I didn't do that as much on maybe the last 3 or 4 albums. This time, all that went in where I'm sweating, where I'm not even looking forward to doing the session because because it's something mad about you. You write something, yeah. First, you get a beat. You don't like then you write to it. If you can even write to it, sometimes you can have a wicked beat, but not come up with anything. So when you do, when you get in the studio, and you've got this idea about what you think it sounds like, you've written it, but your voice sounds a certain way this day, and your expression, you have to kind of make it work. It's like, I always say it's like having a puzzle, yeah, that where you haven't seen the box. So you've been given the pieces and just trying to work out what even the picture is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dizzee ain't changed, you know. This guy ain't changed, man. I love the energy as well. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't see you all the time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember Grafting video? Do you remember that?
That was 2004, yeah?
Or
was it 2000? Like, was it? The album come out in 2004.
Yeah.
So it might be
Man, I love the fact that, I love the fact you shot the video for that, man. That was my first, I think my second video I was in.
He just wanted to let everybody know that he was in the video. That was the purpose of this line.
I don't think he even remembers I was in the video, even though I'm sitting on the couch.
You know what's good about that video though? It's just that was probably one of the only videos I've done back then where it was ends. My videos weren't like that, but that was one like everyone come there. I'm glad I captured that still.
Because they might have thought that you was going a bit Hollywood.
Nah, it's not even Hollywood. It's more of like, you're fucking trying me. It's not even Hollywood.
Point that way.
It's just the direction, the aesthetic for my music videos.
Now, you've been you're very creative generally with all of your music videos. Like you tell good stories and you know what I'm saying? You go a little bit out of the box for your, I don't want to say average because I don't want to put anyone's average, but it's your generic MC. You go outside of, do you know what I'm saying? Like, is that something that you are mindful of on every project, or is that just like?
I am not, and I won't take full credit for that. Originally, that would have had to come from manager, label, and all that to take that. But I went along with it. I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. And then it became fun. I look forward to music videos, and then so like this album is fully independent, innit? So, but I'm paid for these. I spent like 100 grand on videos. And so the last few videos you've seen, like expensive. Big up Ollie Jenkins, who's done all the videos for this project. But yeah, but like if I didn't pay, it weren't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But just for the art of it, for everyone who wants to see a decent music video with my music, and for the next generation of directors or creatives, like to see it and know there's a higher benchmark. You don't just have to shoot outside cheap videos. You know
Big Dirty is the new label.
Yeah.
Big Dirty is the new label.
Right.
Why no Dirty Stank no more, man?
Because that was my label with my old manager. So Big Dirty is just mine.
Why Big Dirty with a 3 on the end?
Big Dirty Stinking Bass. Like, so yeah. But the 3 is Big Dirty 3.
How does it feel to be independent again, man? Was this choice, or was this like something else?
Well, yeah, it was I guess a bit of both. Just knowing my own value and it's a lot more control, but expensive because I've got expensive taste. I want big expensive videos, so that's what it is. The album didn't cost stupid amounts to make because I made most of it at home, innit?
That's what I was saying. How much of the production is you on this?
I name every song that I produce. So Stay in Your Lane, I co-produced with Matt Johnson. I had Rob Harris on it. London Boy, I fully produced. Switch and Explode,
Frisco, right?
Exactly, Switch and Frisco, yeah. Switch and Explode, I produced. Keep That Same Energy, I produced. Fully. What's the other one? Tell Me About It, I produced with Matt Johnson. I keep saying
It's making.
There's a what's the one right at the end? Right at the end, there's a How Does It Feel? That's another one.
Okay. How does it feel? Baseline vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just having a lot of fun with it, man. So yeah, I'd like to say more, just over half.
I just want to say, man, people watching this, maybe you might see me in the same t-shirt that they've seen a few other pieces of content in.
We've been filming today. We got clothes. We got clothes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't Take It Personal is the name of the album.
Yes, sir.
It's a statement.
It's definitely a statement.
Explain that statement to everybody that needs to know.
Taking everything personally these days. People are waking up and jumping in shit that they didn't even care about and upsetting to when everyone to know that they're upset about that shit that it had nothing to do with them. Like that's what we are in 2024. Everyone shut the fuck up. How about that? How about that? Some whinging bastards.
I love it, man. Do you know, like he says it and smiles at the end?
Yeah, do you know why? Because the world is real sensitive about fuck all at the moment. Because if everyone's just minding their business, and no one's just walking around running their mouths to each other in the real world. But we all know this stuff anyway. It's the same shit, innit?
You've always been so mischievous, man. Where does it come from? Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm
the same expression. I see it in your face, like.
You know what it is? I'm a fucking sweetheart, mate. I'm a nice guy till I'm not.
Full stop on that.
Pause. Have you got something to say about that, MTK?
The full stop on that, bro. Yeah.
Were you a brawler in your young days, like?
You know what? All I've ever wanted to do is just create a vibe, be the vibe, be in the vibe. That's it. Like, but I've had moments Yeah.
So you decided to call this album "Don't Take It Personal." Like there must have been maybe a few people you was thinking of when you named the title.
Damn, Skippy is a few. There's a few people I was thinking of.
You
Yeah,
want to put them on record?
We knew we ain't doing that. But what's it called? Yeah. But in general, like just not take it. Don't take it personal. Is basically in life. Sometimes you're gonna get people that you feel haven't treated you the way that you should be treated, and they might feel the same way too. But if you don't take it personal, sometimes it's amazing what you can overcome or put to the side and kind of just get on with things like in a positive way.
I think when we were getting ready for this interview, we were saying like, okay, cool. What do we really want to know from like yourself? Do you know what I'm saying? What are the questions that are not really going to be explained? And what I liked about this album is listening to it. You actually covered like in the lyrics, like lyrically, you touched on, do you know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that we were thinking, what do we want to know? And I feel like on, what is the name of this record? You Can Have That. I don't think I've ever heard you that vulnerable on a song before. Like,
right, man. I was sitting here, I was quite vulnerable. I was having a whinge about everything.
but there was a lot more bravado. There was a lot more bravado on
those songs were a long time ago, man.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Like, do you think like, what would you say about making this project in terms of making previous projects?
With that
you feel
song,
like you approached it a lot differently in terms of subject matter and stuff? Or
with that song, at that time, I was like actually fighting to get my kids, and it was an interesting, like it was shit, but it was an interesting process.
I know the struggle. That's probably why I picked up on it. So,
okay. Yeah. So everyone knows what happened, like publicly. But behind the scenes, there was a bunch of other stuff going on. One of them was that I was fighting to get my kids back. And the process of that like was just mad eye-opening, because I think growing up, I'd always like, you have to think, I had kids in my 30s, but a lot of people I knew had kids in their teens, late teens or whatever. So
late teens, early 20s.
Early 20s, exactly, yeah. So when I'm hearing about baby mama drama, baby father drama and all that, I'd like, it kind of just wash over me. It was almost just like a phrase or whatever in it. But
and then you live it, and it's like,
yeah, and like okay. But then at the same time, he's almost thinking differently about the nuances. Is like, okay, is he a waste man dad? I don't know. Or is it okay? What is this all about really? And there's so much going on. Like, and the problem is, yeah, obviously everyone's seen one side of it, of all over the news, moving mad, and whatever else was said and slapped on the news or whatever the fuck else in it. So, and it's one of the things that almost, if I go into it, I have to go all the way into it, and it's like that's actually in the end not productive. Until one day I was just snapped and I said, actually, you can't. Just much like that. But we're not gonna do that. But I digress. So yeah, when I was writing that, it kind of just I heard the beat, so it was Young Chenks on the beat, yeah. And it just kind of came out. I didn't have to think too much about it. I think I really liked the beat.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that song, even though, like I said, I was vulnerable, I was just real truthful about everything. And it's not even the same good things. It's not an attack.
Yeah. You handled it well. You handled it.
It's just, like I said, it wrote itself. But the beat is actually kind of jiggy. Like it could have been like a bragging song. It could have been like a Future song as well. But it was nice to get that out, and I wrote it so quickly, and I feel like that one might end up being a bit of a classic still.
Dizzee Rascal becoming a parent, how much has that changed you as a musician?
Has it changed you as a musician?
Time, like really appreciate it when I get a bit of time, because I have my kids like half the time, like I have them like 4 days a week.
No, but the way that you make your music, the subject matter, the content.
The content. Well, first of all, like I said, I'm making a point of saying that I have them so much that when I get time to actually get in the studio, like that's like, it's a treat at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, and as far as subject matter, I don't know, like other than like maybe mentioning them in the song or referencing them in the song, I don't know if it's made. Well, then you can argue I just made a whole song about my situation in it. So and I've mentioned them a couple times on the album. But just in life in general, just having them is like the best thing ever. Just being a dad. When I think about it now, I was like, what the fuck else would I be doing?
How many kids?
2. Yeah, beautiful.
Proud father, obviously.
100%, man. Yeah, because it's better than anything I can think of. I love it, man. I love it.
More?
I'd go for like, if I could get away with 6 or 7, I would.
I thought you was about to say Nick Cannon vibes. I was like, whoa.
Do you know what? It's just been interesting. I've been like trying to like understand. Like, okay, what is that? Like, how? Like, I get it. Like, 2's hard. It's tiring. When you've got them, like, and I'm an active dad. Like, when I've got them, I've got them. Like, and then trying to juggle everything. And I'm doing the school runs. I'm doing this, doing everything. Bedtime, shitty nappies, everything. Like, do it all. Yeah, we're not in nappies no more. Yeah. Sometimes you still have to wipe their ass or whatever. But like,
metaphorically,
no. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. So I'm saying, hands on, dad, hands on. So yeah, I'm like, wow, 9, is it 10, 11? Like, like not even like judge, like actually how? Like, man's actually trying to understand like how. And I know the bread helps. Like definitely, that's what I'm trying to understand. It's like, okay, there's that amount of money there. Is that crazy? But we all know in ends, yeah, we know man with 20 brothers and sisters, like. Their dads ain't papered up like that. They just got the winning strokes. And they get it done, innit? Like
the winning strokes message,
that's,
you know?
Because why?
You gotta explain it another way.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? But do I need to put a pause behind that?
No, you could say what you want to say.
If I was Cam would put a pause behind that.
Nah, we don't
possibly. Don't overthink it.
I don't pause.
I pause. He don't pause. Right. Pause if you feel the need to pause.
All right. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, so the bread situation, but then I understand like, right, it's like actually it's not even the bread, it's the time. Like, but is it jet season and then we're buffing about? But his shit's all over America, or they're all kind of clustered in one. I don't know. Even from East Coast to West Coast, it's still 5 hours. Like, how does it? But I'm slightly up for it. Like, I like just more so just kids when it's not tiring and they're chucking it, like it's the best thing ever when you're having a good time with your kids and it's like, and they love you and just the love is different. I've heard people say there's no love like that. Like it's crazy. So a little army of them, like I see more reason to do it than not do it.
He's still got that bit to wait for, like when they get a little bit older and they ask you for loads of stuff and they really give you the lip and they start telling you maybe they don't love you or I hate you, and the way that makes you feel as a parent.
I ain't feel shit. My son told me the other day, I don't want you, daddy. I don't want you. I said, yeah, cool, man.
It's different.
Yeah, you ain't gonna show me nothing I ain't seen. Like, what kind of pain you? I've been through real stuff. Like, little man, what you talking about? You didn't even grow up where I grew up, man. You talking about? Ain't seen nothing yet. Shit.
The evolution of Dizzee Rascal, man. I mean, we look at like The Boy in the Corner, 2003, and now we're at Don't Take It Personal, 2024. I mean, was it important for you to speak to a particular demographic of people? Because, you know, artists get older and they feel like they have to be still making music like when they was 17, 18, 19. How conscious was you of like, you know, the demographic or who this music's for?
That's a good question. I don't think... I'm always going to think of ends, even when I'm making, fly away. Like, we're still like, but this, because it's my first point of reference, like always, you know what I'm saying? So there's that, but I think it was more so saying what I want to say today and how I feel today and like acting my age and being okay with it and just making that sound cool. Because I personally rate my generation and the generation above. I rate them. Like, I rate the younger generation as well. But I know that now my generation, like some live shit happened. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now we reminiscing a lot. I mean, I identified with a lot of the sounds that you used. I think it can like fall back to like that, you know, that era where garage turned into grime. Like a lot of the beat patterns and stuff. It reminded me of like, if I can even say this, like some of the vibes that I was getting took me back to like Sunday 3 till 5 p.m. But it just sounded like so polished, if you get what I'm saying.
This time around.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that because man invested heavy in all this type of stuff like for home to get to, so I could get my pattern, the way I wanted to say, like my take on kind of dance music with elements, all the sounds like synths and bass lines of jungle, drum and bass, garage, and dubstep, especially when it came to the beats I was personally making, and put them together in a way, but make sure they were mixed.
Yeah,
stand up.
The sonics of it was that like, because I picked up on it, the sonics of that, because I was an avid listener back in the day, and I was like listening back to it, and I don't know how much time, with all due respect, we were making music on PlayStations and all kind of thing back then. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how much time they spent on the mix down, but I was like, this is taking me there, but it sounds so like sonically, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
It's mad. When I started the album, that's what I wanted to do. Anyone who knows about engineering and all that, the way they do it, talk about being out of the box, and mixing in the computer with plugins. I made a conscious effort. This album was very much purposely in the beginning. I wanted that big warm 90s sound.
Analog.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's because the shit I grew up listening to, that's what that was. Yeah. So I've learned a lot about fucking engineering. I'm with my engineer Charles as well, so we mixed the thing together, and he showed me a bunch of stuff as well. So yeah, man, it's been the most fun album I've made in a long time, man.
Love that. What's Dizzee Rascal's place in the game now, 2024?
I don't know.
Is that something that even?
Yeah, definitely. You think about it because it's just the place where we come from, and we'll come from that same. It's almost competitive. It's been a sport over the years and all that as well. And then but again, got to the point where it's like, fuck it, I don't even know. Like the game's all mad. No one knows anything right now. No one knows the formula. Taylor Swift knows the formula. Drake still got the formula. Like, and a few people, they're just really smashing it as well. But I think with what I'm doing, it's almost irrelevant because this album isn't tongue in cheek. Like it's not like a pop or radio or anything attempt. This is just straight me experimenting, having fun, having a go, and seeing what the next evolution of even as me as a producer is. So it almost doesn't matter what my place is. It's just I just need to get it out for people to hear it and decide whether they like it.
How much attention does Dizzee Rascal pay to all-time lists, and what do you think makes a credible all-time list?
Motherfuckers, you're gonna stop keeping me out of the top 5 for us just off default of what I've done, you cheeky bastards. Like, don't skirt around that like you did. You know what the fuck you do. That's why you're watch it. I'm here. I've got eyes too. Shit. Yeah. But I think overall, how do you get them? Like, who's gonna agree? Everyone's list is different. There's gonna be, I guess, there's gonna be some overlay, especially now where I'm seeing. Thankfully, it's like old enough now where there's 20 years apart in the generation. So like, I don't know, how was Central C? Like 20,
25?
20, okay, like, and I'm 39. So that's so
there's a generation.
Someone from my age not necessarily gonna have Central C on their list necessarily, unless they just can't. Unless they have to know that they have to acknowledge what's happening today.
But that's the thing. Can you do an all-time list? And this is not a shot at anyone, it's just a question. Can you do an all-time list with somebody that wasn't outside through all the generations on the panel?
No, you go to Chat GPT, innit? And I'll top that one still.
You have to do your research, man. You have to be around some historians.
AI, man, don't worry about your research. AI told you, man.
Are you fully subscribing to the AI?
The AI scours through every article, everything throughout history that's got all the details on it, man.
Ooh, what about if AI generate your voice to make you a feature when you didn't even vocal it yourself?
What's wrong with that?
Ooh.
Really?
What? What's
someone just putting you on a song?
Bro, think about it. I came up in an era, man. Did I say you motherfuckers can record me on radio with your tapes? I didn't say that. I had taking pictures. Why is it different?
Because they're not like monetizing, or that they're not gonna like, you know, it's different.
How much can you really monetize an AI version of me on some remix of something? Who's even gonna listen to it?
I guess we're about to find out soon.
You see all that there? I ain't even worried about none. Like there's been piracy. Do you know what's mad? Yeah. And for the record, I really appreciate and love that everyone was putting me on their tapes back in the day. Like I'm fucking about that shit is very important and built all of us trust. But what was I about to talk about?
The AI voice, man.
So the AI thing. Oh yeah. So Boy in the Corner. Remember, it got leaked. Like originally, people don't know that like there's a version of Boy in the Corner that got out that was like not finished, mixed, not really done, early versions of stuff. But it actually helped. Like it actually helped because it kind of gave it like a bit of wind. It gave it a bit of like gas and like hype. It gave it a bit of hype. So just. Basically, where I've got at this point of everything, I understand that everything is what it is. You can fight certain things, get vexed about stuff, but at the end, man, don't take it personal, you know? That's
Who needs to be on an all-time list for you when it comes to these all-time lists, UK MCs? Who needs to be on?
Have you ever seen the Dave Chappelle Let's get it because Dylon. That's the list.
You're not going to give some of your peers?
I'm not going to. Bruv, you see me, I will be here. The list is too mad and I can't place...
No, it doesn't need to be a list. Person. Who needs to be in the conversation? You feel like if there's a list, who needs to be in the conversation?
Honourable mentions, basically.
It's subjective. Like I said, it's generational. For me, how big's the list?
When we're talking about a list, like who are the names that come to the top of your head quick? Like for me, when I make the list, it's like, for me, my names are Kano, Gets.
So stop. Okay, both of those people straight away, obviously Wiley's going to be on it. Obviously DWE. I personally... P Money, Back Row G, Frisco,
all featured on
my album. Obviously, yeah. I said Jamie, right? Obviously Skepta. And we'll just talk about people that are like Quengface.
And of the new school, can we touch on that? Of the new school, kind of, more than 10 years down from your generation, who are you kind of respecting their movement? I'm
just still rigging off the list. Oh. They're all on the list. Lowski,
okay.
6'7". I'm just saying 6'7". M Dog, what's it, Taze and all that. Just that, basically, Digga D, that era of drill, like they're on my all-time list of spitters, and I've said all UK names. I'm just getting that out of the way first, and there's to be a bunch of people that I haven't said not because I don't like. It just hasn't come to mind yet. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like doing these things.
Yeah, because
the list is mad, and then I'll later on after we've done, I've gone home and why didn't I say? You know what I'm saying? Because my list is just to show I rate them in it. I like, but then we're talking about America as well. E40, Project Pat. Tupac, Jay-Z, Bone Thugs, like all sorts of different. Was this Honeycomb Brazy? I quite like that. My list is just full of people that have got unique voices, or just their character comes through and I like them.
Not your most obvious as well. Some of them names you said not your most obvious, but I respect it.
What not my most obvious?
To every
mainstream most obvious.
See, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But then if it's based off, if a list is based off achievements, that's a different thing. But should it be based off achievements as well? I don't know.
Hitting with the G Kondo energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
What's your favourite lyric we're going to wrap up, man. We've had a nice conversation today. What's your favourite lyric to spit on the stage to get the people going crazy?
Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just... Nah.
You said nah. What do you mean?
Nah. I ain't got a favourite lyric, man. I just to me, it just doesn't.
It's a bit of a mad thing to ask. It's all is working, obviously.
Yeah, man.
What's your favourite?
Probably if I stop that in the right dance or settings.
Shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
The conversations on site. SK Vibemaker, DJ Illness, Dizzee, Rascal, Rascal in the building.
Yes, sir.